Maryland fends off Penn State thanks to Anthony Cowan Jr. early, Darryl Morsell late. Maryland freshman Darryl Morsell has heard the sneering whispers about his shaky jump shot through the first 2 months of his college career, but those voices were much more audible in the first half of Tuesday night's game against Penn State. Morsell heard the loud groans at Xfinity Center after he airballed 2 3-pointers, the second of which sailed over the rim by about 2 feet and left the first-year guard looking a little embarrassed. But Morsell has also been lauded for his Baltimore toughness, and he showed much more of it mentally than physically in a 75-69 win over the Nittany Lions. With his team trailing by 3 with 4:36 remaining, Morsell nailed a crucial 3-pointer in front of his bench, then grabbed a critical rebound on the ensuing possession that led to a go-ahead dunk by senior Michal Cekovsky. On a night when Maryland, 13-3, 2-1 Big Ten, was led by 18 points from sophomore Anthony Cowan Jr. and 17 points and 11 rebounds from freshman Bruno Fernando, those performances wouldn't have been enough to beat the upstart Nittany Lions, 11-5, 1-2. It needed 10 points and 6 boards from Cekovsky, who is helping anchor a front court that is missing Justin Jackson and Ivan Bender to season-ending injuries, but it also needed resurgent second-half performances from Kevin Huerter, 13 points, and Morsell, who finished with just 9 points on 2 for 10 shooting but made several crucial shots down the stretch. The Terrapins also took advantage of a huge disparity in free throws, making 23 of 34 from the line while Penn State went just 2 for 4. Cowan played every minute of the first half and was the only reliable scorer in the backcourt. He mixed in mid-range jumpers with circus finishes at the rim, but the rest of Maryland's guards had no rhythm. Huerter took just 1 shot and went back and forth to the bench after picking up 2 fouls within the first 4 minutes. Penn State dared Morsell to shoot from outside. It looked much like the defensive game plan deployed by Purdue in the Big Ten opener last month, when Morsell shot just 3 for 16 from the field. And it worked again. Morsell went 0 for 6 in the first half, while veterans Dion Wiley and Jared Nickens went a combined 1 for 3 and looked hesitant to shoot. So Maryland relied mostly on Cowan, Fernando and Cekovsky on the offensive end, and despite giving up 3 3-pointers in the final 2:15 of the first half, was fortunate to only be down 34-30 as it walked back to the locker room. Fernando started the second half with a finish at the rim and a pull-up jumper to tie the game at 37. Cowan added a pair of 3-pointers within the first 6 minutes of the second half, and Cekovsky pulled Maryland within 44-43 on a dunk through contact with just over 14 minutes remaining. Nickens tied the game at 48 with a 3-pointer with 11:48 left. By that point, Huerter had only taken 2 shots. His first points came on a pair of free throws that tied the game at 50 less than a minute later. But not only did Maryland struggle to keep Penn State guard Tony Carr, 16 points, 8 assists, in check, but its front court limitations were most obvious against Nittany Lions center Mike Watkins. The redshirt sophomore finished with 17 points and 17 rebounds, giving Fernando and Cekovsky fits all evening with his length and physicality. Both teams finished with 38 rebounds. It was just the second time this season that Maryland didn't out-rebound an opponent. But Fernando never shriveled. He took it upon himself to try to amp up the arena during several timeouts in the second half, and his dunk with 9:12 remaining gave Maryland a 56-54 lead. But Turgeon didn't need to run his offense through Fernando down the stretch. Morsell came alive, beginning with his 3-pointer to tie the game at 61 and his rebound that led to Cekovsky's dunk to make it 63-61. The ball swung Morsell's way again on the next possession, and the freshman didn't hesitate to go back to his bread and butter, driving the lane and finishing an awkward jumper at the rim through contact. Huerter followed suit, giving his team a 4-point lead on a finish and a foul with 1:50